Alright, hey, just thought I'd come to people on YouTube here watching my videos with my Infiniti Q50 Signature Edition and just touch on some things that I just do, you know, every day or weekly. And man, my car's got to be cleaned like every week or every few days. It just gets so dirty. But one thing I want to bring up and try to, in between the noise of the road traffic over here, gosh, it's so bad. It's just the way it is and where I live right now. But I wanted to bring this up, and it's maybe something that most people don't consider, but dang it, it's a hassle, and it's such a pain in the butt for me. Is you know, when I bought these wheels, you know, and most people may not make a decision on wheel design when they're buying their wheels, but man, it's such a big part. When I clean these wheels are such a pain in the ass to clean. I liked the way these wheels looked, but getting in all these nooks and crannies, you know, the cleaning the car is not so tough, but when I finally get to that last part and I'm cleaning my car and I got my bucket and I got my chamois glove or whatever, and I'm cleaning these wheels on the outer face, and then you got to get in here to the inner portion, and there's no way to get my hands in here. The buildup of this brake dust is just intense, just crazy intense, you know, and that depends on your pads, but usually to have a good pad that works really well, it's going to shed a lot of dust. Pads that don't shed a lot of dust typically don't break as well. So, I mean, there's no way to get in here. I have another washing tool that's red and it's extended and it's flexible. Getting that in there, it's just such a pain in the butt to have all these extra tools, and you got to buy these extra tools, and then you got to clean them and you got to maintain them. So it'd be so much easier if I had a wheel that was easy to clean, a little bit more open design. I mean, I just can't get my hands in here, and you got to take your glove and your wash rag, and you got to come in here and clean. I mean, even these little spots right in here, I mean, you got to get in here and meticulously rub and clean and you know, have good soap. Just such a pain in the butt. I know that's, you know, a small issue, and you know, it's just, I think the small things that count. And so, you know, I like these wheels. They were 25 pounds instead of 30 pounds or 31 pounds or 32 pounds like a lot of other wheels. So there's that benefit, but this design is just hard to clean. So I thought I'd bring that to you and maybe point that out to some people either future looking for wheels. You may want to consider some more open design as far as the spokes. You know, I don't know if they call these spokes, but you know, these parts that come out and support the main part of the wheel. But also too, because I'm about to clean my car, which I got to do again, and Boost in Motion, you know, a popular YouTuber that people watch, you know, shout out to him. You know, one thing also too that I've done that he did that, you know, just kind of brought attention to this was when you're spraying your wheels or your tires with your oh man, these rocks are killing my legs. Hold on. Gotta put my knee down so I can be in the video. When you're using your tire cleaner, you know, my choice of tire cleaners, I've used a lot of the Armor All. Obviously, they're the brand that started all this for you know, making your tires shine. You know, I used all the different kinds: low shine, high shine, spray can, put on a sponge, wipe on. I've worked at a couple of car dealerships that did not use this kind of what I think is crap. They had a very proprietary special chemical that went on there and worked really, really well. But obviously I don't work there anymore and I can't use theirs, but I really liked what they used. It was just dip this in a container that was pre-built and had a little sponge, and then you just wipe it on real quick, and it lasted really, really well. The downside of this crap, I mean, it works, it looks decent for a while, and I've tried this other Black Magic, is that you spray it on, it looks good, but it collects contaminants. and then it leaves a greasy, it's not splattering on the paint, but it leaves a oil, and it collects all kinds of black grime. And so when you come in with your nice cleaning cloths when you're washing the car, you got to have a very specific rag to clean your tires. So if you're cleaning your wheels and you touch your tire, then your nice cloth to clean your wheels gets oily and black and gunky, and it starts to look like shit. So I've tried all these different ones and they work good. I always spray it on and then let it sit for 30 minutes. I never go drive it right after I spray on, and I just let this one sit and dry, and it goes away. But another really cool thing that Boost in Motion talked about was buying that plastic piece. I had my own solution, and I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years. And so what I do, let me grab it real quick. My solution before, I would take a piece of cardboard, obviously the size of your wheel. I'll draw out, you can put a hole right in the center of this piece that I cut out from a big piece of cardboard, and then you can put a little screw with a little piece of string if you want to, and just 18 inches, 19 inches, 20 inches, and just trace around a perfect circle. And then cut that out, with whatever use or whatever tool you have. And here's just something I've been using for the last 5 or 6 years. And you put it on, and you just hold it up there, and you just spray it on, and spray it down here, and switch sides and spray up here. And be real careful that it doesn't really get on your paint. But if you have the cardboard access, you get a big box, or you buy a big screen TV. Recycle the box and cut a circle out, or a couple of these, and then you can have them. Obviously this thing's holding pretty good together. I've sprayed it 40 times and a lot of overspray, and it's still, this is what's this called? This is foam board or something, artistic from Hobby Lobby. I'm a photographer, and I have tons of this stuff to use for some of my photography, is shades and cut out light, and so I have a lot of these big sheets. But you can this is just straight up cardboard, regular old cardboard, and so you can use that. So I just want to pass that along. When I can make something out of resources I have, you get a good feeling, and it's cool to make stuff that you can turn around and use it as a benefit. So you can put that on there, or you can hold that on there and spray around. But yeah, free. I don't know what the plastic one costs, but that's a lot more durable. This stuff is a lot more durable, obviously, when you cut this out. But yeah, so Armor All. This stuff I didn't necessarily like. It worked. It was Black Magic. There's some other ones that I may try, but you buy a can and it'll last 6 months. So, but other than that, let me see. Also, too, on my rear Nittos, obviously, I just thought, I talk about this too. These cars are pathetic with their open differential, as far as, if you're all-wheel drive, you have the advantage. But if you selected the rear-wheel drive version, to save some money and less maintenance, and then you're not in a state that has snow and slippery conditions. And plus, too, the dealerships didn't have a whole lot of all-wheel drive cars, and they cost about $3,000 to $4,000 or $5,000 more. So, anyways, limited slip differential. One wheel is predominantly spinning more than the other one when you're trying to take off the line fast. So what I did, these Nitto NT555R2s are directional with their little arrow that's shown. I just know that you can swap the tires. I don't want to unmount them from the wheels, because that's another $70 to do that, and balance them. And they did a really good job with the really good weights mounting them. And so I just last night swapped the tires, and so obviously this tire is going a different direction than what they recommend. but you know, everything that I've ever known about tires is the directional pattern may have a little bit to do with, or maybe on more of specific tires, road racing tires. But the tread pattern design on this tire is more for, it may be a little bit of traction. I think there's a little bit of design in there for the traction, but most of it's for the water, you know, getting rid of the water as you drive in the rain. So obviously I don't want to really drive, you know, if it rains with these backwards, but in the short time, I don't really need to drive a whole lot. So if it rains, I don't have to get out and drive my car. So, but the benefit is me just swapping them maybe for a week or two while I'm racing the car, doing, you know, 0 to 60s, you know, maybe 10, 20 in the next couple of weeks, is that I can balance out the wear of the other tire, the two tires, one seeing more traction because of the open differential. I mean, that's just really disappointing, you know, that this car came with. That's the downfall of this car and performance modding it up, trying to go fast, at least off the line, 0 to 60, street light to street light, is that you're only, you know, the one tire is getting predominantly the amount of traction. So one tire is going to wear more than the other. And I looked at them last night, and there is definitely more wear on one tire. So I swapped them to even that out, and say maybe in a week or two I'll swap them back, and so they're rotating in the correct direction. But I just want to make these last as long as I can, because they were like $700 for two tires. That's just a lot of money. So, you know, someone that has a lot of money, that's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Just buy new tires every time you need them. But other than that, I thought I'd just pass this on. Just different things I think about. Also, too, when buying tires, now that I'm on the rear one and the front one is the same, is the location of this I gotta remember the name, where you put in your air. This being on the inner side, and I bought the valve stem that comes up instead of one that turns, just because this one looks better and it's a shorter one. Is getting your air tool in there to air them up. It's just a pain. This makes it more difficult. I know it seems like a small thing, putting something in there, but the way this one is designed and how it's built, you know, getting my air tool and the air tool head attachment that I have just makes this, just because I have to fill these up a lot with air and check them and lower them down to get better traction. And it's just, I wish on my other tires it's more pointed out, coming out, and it was just easy to put on, where this one you got to insert in and push down, and there's nowhere to really help push that down and seat that on there to fill it with air. So that's another consideration. Downside of these wheels is it's tough to clean and tougher to put air in, and the valve on the reverse side, on the other side of the wheel, so that this has two valve stems. It's just, this is a kind of a crazy wheel. You know, if I did it again, I'd probably look for a wheel that was a little different in those aspects. But I just want to bring this to you because it's something I'm just dealing with today. I'm going to clean my car, and I just thought it'd be fun to make a video, and, you know, make a video and maybe help someone else out, or you know, make them think a little differently about what they're going to do here in the future. So other than that, like and subscribe if you like my content or find it interesting, or you just want to help me get my videos out to more people. That's always cool. So again, I'll catch you on my next video that I make, and I appreciate you watching, and have a great day. And that is it. So bye bye.